It is time. Put on your masks, kids. Then the big giveaway at 9. But happy Halloween anyway. Yes, it's Thursday Night Soup, which happens to fall on Halloween. I've got my Halloween shirt on. Yay! See? I'm in the spirit. Here we go. Yes, I'm here. So is Jeff Kendall.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, he's spooky. Yes, look at that.
I got one on. Yes.
Oh,
the Halloween.
Oh,
man.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hi, Nick and Jim.
Yes. And look, there's other people out there too.
Other people out there too. Good evening. Don't eat too much candy.
And AZ Mick. Hey, and hey.
Hi.
And hey.
Doing good.
Yay. Oh, we got 2 people out there. Hooray. And
it's Thursday night.
Everybody else must be out there trick-or-treating or something. But for those of you
I
who did
bid you welcome.
So where's your frightfully hot mask, Jeff?
What?
Where's your frightfully hot mask?
Well, I thought I did enough for that Tuesday.
It was hot.
I scared Kimba off. I don't think Kimba was there, and she left.
No, she wasn't there.
No, I hope I didn't overdo it. That's okay.
Besides, it was very hot. He had the mask on for like 30 seconds, and I want this off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this thing off. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's no fun being a mass murderer if you
I
don't
know. I don't know how he murders all those people in that hot mask. It must be terrible for him.
Yeah, that was hot that night. What do you think of all these little kids are out trick-or-treating?
Not in this neighborhood.
Well, where I live.
Not in mine either, although I saw 2 guys dressed up as I can't remember what you call them now. Religious fanatics today knocking on doors, but they weren't trick-or-treating.
Don't you go out on that evil holiday.
Yeah, last night my son and I were walking, and there was a guy driving around in the outfit from Halloween playing the theme real loud, and it's like a cassette.
Great.
And it's like, what are you trying to do? Yeah, somebody will shoot him, you know.
The outtakes they were
playing games. Yeah.
You know, like at the one point I couldn't say, what was the word I was trying to say? Picturesque. I'm trying to say the word picturesque and going like take 2. I couldn't say the word picturesque. What? No, I'm not going to show you the outtakes in the graveyard.
The boo-boo outtakes.
No.
Yeah, Halloween's always been fun, as long as I can remember.
And you're welcome, Doc, because I did give you that idea.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so. No.
I did after Sunday's show. I told you to do that, and then you did it.
No. The graveyard. Okay.
No, my idea.
No, I told you to do. I told you that
it was your idea.
Very popular, and the next thing I know, there you are in a graveyard. I'm like,
no, if that was your idea, you would have had a video. So video.
No, I don't do those. I don't do those sorts of videos. I don't do videos for views.
Well, anyway, it was content.
Yeah.
And I thought it might be funny, but you know, like I had not quite 10 minutes worth of footage.
Mm-hmm.
When I edited it all down, I had 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And then that's not even counting the title card at the beginning.
You want to get views, you got to do it for real, Doc. You can't make a joke out of it. You got to do it for real.
Well, I forgot the jokes. Like, as soon as I come home, I see some of the jokes. I forgot to do that. Oh, crap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then once I put out 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm going, ooh, big video. Ooh. So anyway, some people enjoyed it. Some
Those were
people,
fun videos. Yeah.
like, you can't tell that I'm not influenced by the Three Stooges or not. You know, like, I'm trying to tell Boo Boo, like, here's what we do. We'll set up the camera and we'll both walk into it like backwards and bump and then like this and run away. And he's going like, huh? So I had to explain to him how things work. You know, I guess he did not grow up on the Three Stooges. Well, I guess so.
He didn't make a mess in your new car, did he?
Not yet. Not yet. No messes yet. I still haven't gone very far. And actually, that drive to the cemetery was the farthest that car has been so far. That was out on the Lake Erie.
No.
Oh, I noticed the light.
They plan on ever, taking it, even going to Detroit or something. You ought to drive around a bit first. The cars should be broken in before it takes long.
Yeah, well, that was a first lengthy trip out to Lake Erie because I knew that graveyard was there because I was going to do a graveyard here, but I mean, it's modern looking, with modern looking tombstones and stuff. But this one on Lake Erie is like from 1840 or something like that. Got all these white gravestones that are really old looking. I said, now that's a spooky looking grave, even though it's small. It's only like 50 by 50 or something. And then I had some guy in a house off to the side with a, what do you call it, chainsaw. So like the thing is running, the camera is running, and off to the side.
See, you could have used that as a joke. You could have taken the camera near that and filmed the sound, and then you and Boo Boo could be running while you play the sound of the chainsaw over it. I mean, you missed a joke.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to speak during part of it.
Oh yeah.
So like I was sitting there like, shut up with your damn chainsaw. I want to do the lines.
People are trying to sleep here.
And I said that really stupid joke. People are dying to get in here. I said, "Oh, that's the stupidest joke." Oh, I wish I hadn't said it. But then after I see how long the thing was, I thought I better leave it in because I need some length to it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So anyway, that was it. And no, I'm not going to give you the like us listening to a chainsaw for like 5 minutes. And he wasn't even cutting down a tree, he was cutting down brush.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because like we couldn't see him for the longest time. Like, where is he? Where is he? Finally he come out into the open and he has like a little branch and he dragged it over and he cut up the little branch. I'm going, is that what you're out here doing?
You could do that with a big clipper.
Yeah, well, no, you could have broke that over your knee, instead of going. But he finally shut up for a while. We did some jokes. We tried to bump into each other and jump around and all this kind of stuff. And then couldn't think of anything more to do. Let's go. Well, so that was it. That was our big trip out to the graveyard.
Video, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All in the name of YouTube views, of which we got 100. Yay!
Yay! That's good.
100 views. Yay! But I'd see channels that come up on my recommended, like, look, we're doing something. 12 views, put up 5 days ago. I'm going like, well, I guess I shouldn't complain.
I'm surprised it comes up. I don't usually get videos that low.
I do.
I get are thousands upon thousands of views.
I get videos, like we went to a restaurant or we went to a museum. Put up a week ago, 10 views.
Yeah.
I'm sitting like, geez. You got a lot worse than I do. So, so the graveyard thing just crossed 100 views a little while ago.
Good.
So anybody who hasn't seen it yet, go watch it again. Leave it a few thousand likes.
Just video.
Yeah. Halloween's nearly over. So only 4 hours left to go out spooking.
Yes.
So, Chef Kendall, do you have anything to show us that you've got that's new from
I don't. I have lately. I've been nothing, but I found something that's interesting, and it's another one of those Time Life things, and it's called Live at Newport.
Oh,
Live at Newport Folk Festival. Actually, pretty good because I had a couple of the folk rock CDs, and this is a pure folk, live folk stuff like Judy Collins and other people like that. And it's pretty good CD. It's only $1. It's the only one I got.
What's on it? What's on it?
Let me see. It is. I got Judy Collins, a Kingston Trio, Mississippi John Hurt. Yeah. Let's see. More Judy Collins, Kingston Trio, Pete Seeger, people like that.
No, nobody exciting like Sandler and Young.
No.
Okay.
I didn't think they did folk music, did they?
That's it.
Mm.
No Bob Dylan going electric on that one.
No, not this one. But it was one of those Time Life CDs, so it's pretty good. So.
Maybe Tim Allen has bought something.
Anything, Tim?
No.
No.
I bought some books, but books aren't interesting. So.
Okay.
What books can be interesting?
I don't have them with me anyway. But I've been reading like, the classic sort of Dr. Jekyll.
Wow, Moby Dick.
I found some Robert Louis Stevenson collections and stuff like that. Nothing exciting.
Yeah, Jeff Slack CD hunting. This one over 100,000 views. Alrighty then. And don't forget, let's go back this week.
Yes.
So that it's going to get darker a lot earlier.
It'll get dark earlier, but it's going to get light early in the morning. So it's going to give it light.
No, it actually gets lighter earlier around March or April. Whenever it changes, that's when it gets light the early, in the mid, because the days are so short now. It still won't get light till close to 7 o'clock. In the middle of summer, it gets light around 4:30 or 5.
Yeah, but I thought they were gonna put the kibosh on daylight saving time. Like, forget it. Like, we don't need to do this anymore. There aren't any more farmers out there that need this thing. So
no, but still, I get why they do it, because there's a lot of people that go to work early in the morning, and it'll still be dark at like 8 o'clock in the morning in the middle of December and January. And do you really want to be driving to work in the dark at 8 o'clock in the morning? So I get it.
More time to go out to the golf course.
I get it,
early risers. Yeah.
But remember, on December 21st, days get longer again.
Yeah.
Hooray! But Arizona is the only state that have daylight saving.
Right. So this is Halloween. Doc, do you have any good memories of Halloween from your childhood?
I can't remember anything that was like the best Halloween ever type thing. Because back where I lived, we had a pretty small residential area. So you went down this street, that street, and we're done. And then you come home, you dump out the candy, and you start trading.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were 3 of us then. And like, you want this, and I'll give you this candy for that candy, blah blah blah.
But didn't you go to the same places? You should all have the same stuff.
Well, yeah, but somebody might want the licorice things that I don't like. Said, yeah, I like licorice. Well, then
all right.
I'll get these licorice things for the Milky Way or something. Like there's always, of course, I always went for the good stuff.
Oh yeah.
You don't really like that Milky Way, do you?
Back when you were a little kid, they gave you a handful of candy. Nowadays, they just give you 1 or 2 pieces. I can remember getting a fistful of candy. They'll say, "Okay, take what you want," and I took a fistful of candy.
The rich people by my house would give us whole full-size candy bars.
Oh yeah,
I get like 5 or 6 of those in every time I went out. There was people that had some money, and they would.
You had a rich neighborhood.
But you got to remember, back when I was a kid, those were probably 15 or 20 cents a piece.
Oh yeah.
They weren't. Now these things are 15 or 20 cents a piece or more.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier because back in my day, Halloween was a lot colder.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to wear long underwear.
Well, I remember it. A lot of Halloweens, it would be like it was yesterday, and then on Halloween, suddenly the high would be like 28. It would. That's how quick it would go. It would go from 75 to 28 in one day, and you'd be like freezing. And
but there's a lot.
1 or 2 warm Halloweens, but not very many.
You got yourself a costume. You're all set, and all of a sudden, now don't forget to wear your coat. What's the point? Like I'm an Eskimo. Give me candy.
Well, I remember some years when it was in the 20s, and we're not only in coats, wearing hats and mittens and scarves, and
Oh yeah, me too.
But today, 67 degrees outside right now.
Oh, it was close to 80 where I am. It didn't make it. It made 80 yesterday, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a warm Halloween year. When there were years where it was like snowing and whatever. But
I remember it snowed on one Halloween. We had this awful snowstorm, and we're out there trying to trick or treat. It's cold.
It
did.
The trees still have the leaves.
Years ago.
Yeah, no, leaves have just started changing here. It's weird. They're falling off green. I've never seen that before. There's so many green leaves laying on the ground. They hadn't even changed color yet, and they're falling off.
There's no time. They've got to fall no matter what, if they change or not. Like, here they come.
Tomorrow is November. Yes.
Yeah. Time to get ready for the election.
Oh yeah.
Never mind. Oh, get rid of this.
Tomorrow is the official day when many people give themselves permission to drag out their Christmas records.
Oh.
I love Christmas records, but that's too soon. I've been working on my Christmas podcast for the last 2 days, so I've been immersed in Christmas. But I'm not playing them for enjoyment yet. I'm playing them for the show. To work.
Just as long as I hear Sleigh Ride and the Jackson 5 do I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus.
Nope. I got Sleigh Ride. Oh, I got a song called Sleigh Ride that's not the Sleigh Ride. It's a different Sleigh Ride. And I've got I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by the Four Seasons.
Oh, that is different. I like the original one with the whatever.
Yeah. I don't even have that. But
next Thursday's the real Halloween. How do you figure? It'd be like November the 6th or something. How does that?
Probably talking about the election and everything.
Yeah, you have to explain.
I live in England, so I don't know that he's talking about the election, but he would be.
Oh no, isn't election on a Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Oh, okay. He's talking about the election.
Unless you already voted, so. Yeah.
Well, for those of us who didn't, election in what? 5 days.
5 days, yeah.
You have 5 days to decide.
For anybody that cares, my podcasts have resumed. So I'm proud of the first one I did. I'm very happy. Snapcracklepop.podomatic.com.
Yeah,
It's right
read
there.
that right there. It says right there. Snapcracklepop.podomatic.com.
Podomatic.com. And I haven't done one in like 5 months. And I was only 1 or 2 before that. And then it was 3 or 4 months before that. So I've done almost none this year. I've been really bad. Santa's not going to come to my house. But I'm making up for it big time because I should have a new one tomorrow night for Saturday morning. That's the plan.
Okay.
And then weekly through the new year, there might be a rerun in there sometime, depending on how the calendar falls. Other than that, and I always take a couple weeks off after New Year, but after that, they're going to resume full force again. I'm back at my podcasting.
Attaboy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your podcast.
So we're talking about Christmas. What is each of yours go-to Christmas movie? Mine's animated, so yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have one.
Doc, you're not a big movie guy, are you?
I am not a big movie guy. No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Christmas
now. Back in the 70s or so,
Yeah.
maybe the early 80s. Sure, we went to the theater. But once everybody got married and all this kind of stuff, and
all different kind of families. And
I know, and I'm kind of like, well, I'm not going to the theater alone.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I usually make it a double feature of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Grinch.
That's TV specials.
I know, but it's
that's not films.
Mm-hmm.
No, if you're saying the TV things, my favorite was the Grinch.
Oh yeah. Well, probably they always show It's a Wonderful Life, and also there was a Laurel and Hardy March of the Wooden Shoulders.
Hmm.
Well, my favorite is one. Yeah, I know it's cliche, but it's Wonderful Life. But I also love Love Actually, and Miracle on 34th Street. There's tons. I love what's the one with The Bishop's Wife? Is a great. Christmas in Connecticut is a good Christmas film. There's tons and tons.
I don't like Buck Owens.
I might have to pick that up sometime.
You don't like Buck Owens?
No, I can't stand him.
Ooh, hopefully don't break your case.
That settles that.
Oh, happy Halloween!
You don't like much, do you, Doc? I'm just gonna come right out and say it.
You do know that Buck Owens taped a bunch of his television show at the television station in Oklahoma City.
Oh no, I did not know that.
He did.
Ooh.
Of all the country musicians of that period, I think Buck probably had the best band and the best overall sound. I love Buck Owens, and I know Stephen Schnee loves Buck Owens. So Stephen Schnee had a Buck Owens aficionado and a guy that was in his band, I think, on one of his shows.
I don't know if I've ever seen Christmas Vacation all the way through.
Yeah, I didn't love it. And this guy right here was a huge Buck Owens fan.
Oh, good. Beans.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
There.
If only. What was I going to say here? Another one that I've never seen at all is Mad Monster Party. Why don't they show that for Halloween?
You didn't see that when you were a kid? That was on all the time when I was a kid. I have it on DVD. You need to see a restoration. It needed it. It's one of the films that was. The thing was almost purple when they used to show it on TV. It was so degraded. Now, finally, it was almost black and white. Now they finally restored it to color. But,
I needed a nice plot. We didn't have a plot barely at all. We needed a better plot to do it, but then people only watched a minute and a half of it and tuned out anyways.
So it looks like an old cemetery.
Very old cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas card CDs. Oh,
well, I don't have a Christmas CD.
Oh, sure, make me hunt.
Did you and Boo Boo sing I Got You, Babe, while you were at the cemetery?
No.
Because of the line, sometimes we don't have a plot. That's why.
Okay. Okay, I get it now. But, Jeff, where's
I did mine already.
I didn't see it.
I'll bring it back. Here.
Like,
well, that's not Christmas card.
I know. Well, it's the one I have.
It's not Christmas yet. I'm not getting out my Christmas card yet.
October 31st.
Yeah, Rudolph with Burl Ives. Yeah.
Okay,
there we go.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
Oh, that's Heinge's Christmas.
I don't think this is a Christmas album.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm not sure. It's a spring album.
An autumn album. Okay. Now, there's a song about Winterwald, which is probably Winterland, but I don't think it. I see nothing holiday. I mean, I can't read German, but I see nothing holiday in those titles.
Look at Mein Pony.
Yeah, I don't see any Christmas in those.
Oh, I like that Klein Bim Bam Bim Bim, whatever that sounds like.
So yeah,
that sounds like a fun one. That one.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Brown
tomorrow
probably was the best. My second favorite.
Sounds good. Tomorrow would be November the 1st, and Walmart has all of the remaining Halloween candy on half price.
Oh boy!
So you go out there to Walmart and watch people fight over the candy.
Ooh, that's a video.
I want that.
That's a video. Give me them stickers.
We'll be out there at 6 o'clock in the morning with a lawn chair lining up.
I used to have to clean it up, because they break a bag and go everywhere.
Wow. But see, I didn't give out anything. Jeff didn't give out anything.
None.
Jeff gave out cats.
Yeah,
one for you, one for you.
Like you. How about you? Oh no, he wants to stay with me. He says. Yes.
Yes, of course.
He was in Pet Puff and Stuff, wasn't it?
Puff and Stuff. Yeah. We know Puff and Stuff. Yeah.
We know Puff and Stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. 50% off last year's candy day.
Yeah. Well, actually, the candy at the Halloween candy goes pretty quick. It's usually gone by a couple of weeks because they have to get Christmas in. Tonight they're moving out the Halloween stuff and moving Christmas in. They do that tonight. The overnight people tonight, because I used to work overnights there.
I used to work overnight too.
Mm-hmm.
So
in the morning they'll be uncrating Christmas.
Yeah, but I worked at a grocery store, so we didn't really have decorations, that sort of thing.
I worked at Sam's, and we start putting Christmas stuff out in June.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. It comes in, it goes out.
I don't remember putting out gigantic things of Halloween stuff or that sort of thing. It was I don't know. I guess maybe back then it wasn't so important as it is now. So things change.
They do.
I worked in the store back in the late 70s, early 80s, I guess. Things are different now.
They are. And I don't have to worry about Black Friday anymore.
You don't? How come?
Black Friday is because I don't work there anymore. Black Friday was a madhouse.
Well, I think it used to be madder than it is now.
It wasn't at Sam's, thank goodness.
Well, Walmart, it was crazy.
We get maybe 100 people in line by the time we opened, but they all wanted cell phone deals. So, the rest of the store was pretty quiet. Once the door, it was a madhouse till the door opened setting up because we didn't set up till that morning. And then But once we were set up, then it was just once in a while we'd have to replenish things that we had more of. Other than that, cleaning up messes and stuff. Other than that, it wasn't. I got thrown into electronics one day, and you know how much I know about electronics, not much. That was interesting.
You did have sales of 52-inch televisions for $99.
Well, that's what I had to do, but there wasn't that much, But most people want cell phone deals. That's why they get up and get in line. So it wasn't.
I used to do school supplies, and I did jewelry once. I didn't want to do jewelry anymore, and it was just, madness.
Did you change watch batteries?
No.
Oh.
No, just putting out stock, Put this on this rack.
Did you feel like you were on Home Shopping Network? And look at this beautiful quartz.
Put this on this. I have to call the, sorry, they're not here tonight. Sorry. Well, why not? Well, because they're off. Oh, okay. Why? They ask you, why isn't Joe Blow here? Because he's off, I mean,
aren't people allowed to have a day off?
Yeah.
No. Certainly not.
No, they want to be there 7 days a week. No.
I don't know why it is. I've got like 8 or 9 or 10 shopping channels on my TV. Why?
Well, do you buy anything, Doc?
No.
You never buy nothing?
I never buy nothing. No, all these cubic zirconium things, and isn't that pretty? Then you go, and it's showing the same thing, like it's the same station repeated over different channels. I'm like, it's all the same thing. And here's an exerciser, and you can do it. Gee. And then there's a guy that sells coins, and there's about 3 or 4 religious channels.
No, I like the guy that does cooking too.
On the TV.
There's one guy that does cooking, sells cooking stuff. I think his name is James or something like that. He's a heavy set guy. Because he actually cooks while such and such, and you can buy this. We've already sold a dozen of them. Some kind of a cooker, We've only sold a dozen of them. We've got 20 left, and now only 18. We're going real quick, and you could cook burgers, you could cook steaks, you could whatever. We used to sell those things on the shopping channel as well.
I don't know if Davy Jones was in on that or not.
I think Davy Jones was before Jack Wild. Because Davy Jones went to America, and Jack Wild kind of took his place in the movie. Because the movie's 68 or 69. And by then, Jack Wild Davy Jones was a monkey.
By then, Davy Jones was already washed up.
Davy Jones was never washed up.
Gosh, I mean.
Yeah, he was the first kid to play that.
Yes.
Jack Wild was the second, I believe.
Yes.
I believe that's right.
And then Butch Patrick was Eddie Monster.
Yes, he was.
Yes. And then he ended up in Lidsville.
You fell into that giant.
All those kid stars all end up in a Croft show somehow.
Yeah.
Ain't that weird?
Yes, that's true, Steve.
That's kind of like a famous thing. Like guess what? Like we had a almost monkey with the Beatles. Like whoa, cross path type thing.
Yeah, I think he actually had an album out at the time. I believe that's right. Davy Jones.
It may have been a year, or may have been slightly after. I'm not sure, but no, he had an album in '64 at some point.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it was probably later in '64 than that. I'm assuming mid to late '64, but he did.
The Monkey Show was supposed to be the Davy Jones show. It turned out a little different. Like he was already signed to do a show. So when they created the Monkeys, they said, "Well, we'll just put that Davy Jones guy in there. We just need more or 3 more idiotic people to.
And unless you like Davy Jones' songs on the last couple of Monkees albums, you won't really like the Davy Jones album. It's not great.
Oh.
He does a Dylan cover. I forget what it is the best song he does, I think, on that album.
Uh-oh. Freddie and the Dreamers are better than the Beatles. Fact. Okay,
are you sure that's Dirk Bogarde?
No, it's Melody.
Okay.
No.
It's fact business. I know who that is.
I actually.
You have it?
We'll be right back after this commercial.
Yeah. I first started liking Reese's because I got them in Halloween, and I didn't like them before. Oh, they're pretty good, you know. So.
Okay. Thank you, Tim.
Okay, what's next, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
He's trying really hard. That's the 3rd time he's tonight. They're all going down tonight. Well, you can't have a Halloween show without a few trolls.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Yeah.
I think that's kind of like a common thing that you gotta have some trolls for Halloween. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have great memories of Halloween as a little kid because they didn't have Halloween candy bags. I used to paper grocery sack, and I filled it up to the top.
Can't have Halloween without Henchy either.
Okay.
I've been digging out my Henchy albums.
The Henge
best of all.
There you go.
Okay, sounds good. But Halloween was always a fun. Oh dear.
Tim, James Furley wants to hear Wanderlust.
No.
You make my cats.
No.
My cats are all sleeping. If you play that, they'll wake up. They'll run through.
I have plenty of clips that'll wake cats up.
Oh, I bet you could.
Yeah. So, like we can do a lot with cat stuff, and besides just being that it's Halloween, it's best to keep your black cats inside.
Inside, yes.
Because people are looking for black cats to grab and sacrifice to the great.
Weirdo in this
pumpkin pictured on Doc's sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Now, what was this about? I didn't see any Yop commercial coming my way. Who or where did you send it to? I have no idea. Sent me to where? What?
You didn't have any Yop today? Did you drink it all?
No, but I've got something better. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No Yop today, but we've got some goji.
Goji. Okay.
Goji. How many of you had some gojis? I guess not many. Okay, but gojis is very healthy, you know.
You can eat some online? I mean, on campus?
Yes.
What is that? Is it freeze-dried something or other? It's not freeze-dried bugs or anything, is it?
That was tasty.
Okay.
Like dried berries.
Oh, okay.
Give this to your kids on Halloween.
Give a fistful of goji. Okay, eat some goji, Doc.
Mom.
So it's good?
Wow.
You didn't like it, Doc? You
It's
chase
not-
it down with some yop.
I don't know.
Some
I'm
goji
hanging
flavor.
on a video with a-
Right up.
I never saw it. I don't know.
Is that the
Oh,
real-
Ollie, if you put a link in a video, it will just go to spam,
Yeah.
Oh,
which is why Doc hasn't seen it. If you put a link in a video, it'll just automatically go to spam.
Yeah.
Automatic. It's just the way YouTube works. It will automatically go to spam.
no, because even stuff will come on my phone, like somebody has commented on your video. It never came up. So, boom. Sorry about that, Ollie. What? Oh, what is goji? Oh, we're back to
What?
this.
It's what Doc was eating. Goji.
Let me see. Organic, biodegradable marzipan.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Look how healthy it is.
Wonder if that would be good over milk.
I
Have
don't
some
know.
goji and milk. The big bag of milk.
It's ingredients, just organic goji berries.
Goji
Can make
berries.
contain tree nuts. So, like, if you're nut allergy person, don't buy these.
You don't eat the goji berries. Okay.
Don't get them. It looks like duck duty.
Oh.
It tastes like it too.
Doc, then why did you buy it? Did you say, oh, this looks good?
There's no entertainment on Thursday nights.
Okay.
Okay. Run
Gosh.
out and look for the goji. Run out and look for goji. Is that important? Okay. I don't
It looks
know.
like it. Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, gosh. Oh, it's so hard to read this stuff when you're blind. Here it
I'm
is.
sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah, I'm sure it's from one of those countries that way. Yes. Yummy. Okay.
Yeah. I bet what I have are better than those. I have some kochi seeds. I put them on salad. They're pretty good.
They stick to your teeth. Ew.
I know. It's like murder to get them off, but I usually get a couple of tablespoonfuls of kochi seeds.
They're gluten free.
Folds.
If you're a you can't stand gluten, these are good for you.
Also,
I mean-
olive oil and cayenne pepper, and it's supposed to unclog your arteries or something.
Unclog your sink, maybe.
Yeah, it might be
Oh gosh. Ooh.
pretty good stuff.
Mm.
I'll have to try that. Was that stuff expensive? The goji?
No,
Okay.
no. It was free.
Oh.
So somebody left it in the lobby going like, I don't want these things. Ah.
They left it where?
In the lobby of the apartment building.
Oh, okay.
Whenever people don't want something, they just leave it
Leave it
behind.
down there. Or did you steal somebody's goji?
I don't think so. Who would leave goji alone like that? I don't think so. So
Okay.
somebody just bought it and thought, yeah. Oh, candy corn. Ew. Should have given these out for Halloween. Hey kids, want some
Yeah,
pumpkin?
handful of goji. Yeah. Yeah, when I got candy corn, it wasn't wrapped. So my mom and dad threw it away. 'Cause
Just
the
throw
candy
it,
that was-
just loose in a bag.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And any kind of like homemade candy I couldn't get.
No,
And they take an apple and cut it into pieces. And then I couldn't eat those good popcorn balls. They wouldn't let me have those.
Yeah.
They're
my
afraid those
mother
had-
made popcorn balls.
Yeah.
What is it with all your relatives not letting you eat popcorn, Jeff? That's just
That's
really
just
weird.
the way. That's just the way they are. You know.
Don't you dare eat no popcorn.
Don't you put it back. Yeah.
It's really good for you. No, you
I
can't
know.
have that. Go have a chocolate bar instead. That popcorn will kill you.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's because it's Halloween.
I know. It's just one of those
It's
nights.
the night trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, the night trolls. That's true.
Mhm. Yes, and we're knocking them down when we spot them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Look. Schnee!
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Schnee!
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good
Hello,
evening.
Tim. Tim is the only one who didn't say hi to me. I guess he's mad at me again.
I didn't even give me a chance. Hello, Stephen. How are
Hey,
you?
Tim. Hey, Doc. Hey, Jeff. We saw a new side to Jeff on Ski Lodge.
Oh yeah, Tuesday. My this side.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it-
I mean, I would never known that was. I would never known that was. Hey, James. I would have never known that was Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But how's everybody doing on this Halloween?
Doing good.
Wonderful. Oh, I'm coming apart.
Oh
Oh,
no.
it's getting to look pretty demented, isn't it?
It looks like you carved your pumpkin wrong or something.
I don't know where the pieces all went to now. Oh well.
Yeah, I just finished just moments ago working on a trailer commercial for my brother's new album.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's all about the original Planet of the Apes series.
Mm-hmm.
The album's called Ape Shit, and it's going to be available November 5th digitally, but you can download it free on Bandcamp. Everyone else is going to charge, but you go to Bandcamp. That's the only one he knew how to set up for free.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll be able to, hey, Ollie, you'll be able to set it up, download or whatever. And the trailer's like about a minute long or whatever. I just got to get it approved from him. You know, he may want me to make some changes, but that's always fun to create little commercials or like you guys have seen. Like, did you guys all see the bubblegum box set that I did?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And originally I'd created that for my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But Cherry Red loved it. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. James saw the video.
3 CDs. I've only got a 1 CD set of bubblegum music, so 3 is like, overdose.
That's like 91 songs just on that box, and that's not everything. Somebody else, this guy named Bob Koenig, made a comment that I guess online there's like a 42 volume set, like 42 digital albums. Because I mean, you're looking at a 5-6 year period there, and in amongst the Inagata Davidas and the Hey Joes and Hey Judes and all that kind of stuff, there's just tons of bands putting out Sunshine Pop, Bubblegum, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But then something I noticed, I don't know if I think Tim would be the more more knowledgeable about this. I don't know if you actually looked somewhere online at the actual track listing, but you'll notice how some of the stuff is kind of that line between Sunshine Pop and Bubblegum.
Mm-hmm.
It could go either way. I'd love to see.
I was looking at the track list and going like, "That's not really bubblegum. That's not really bubblegum."
Yeah,
but
well,
I guess it's
in the UK they might have a different view of it too. In America, bubblegum is pretty much considered, except for what they credit the first bubblegum song. A lot of people credit it as "It's Only Love" by Tommy James and the Shondells is the first bubblegum song. But the definition of bubblegum is basically groups that don't even exist. Like right. The Archies and the Monkees and Josie and the Pussycats and the Partridge Family and groups that don't exist are
more than likely Ohio Express 1910
Yeah.
Fruit Gun
Yeah,
Company. If
Fruit Gun.
anything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't exist either. And
Right.
and you know, Hot Wheels and you know, there's all these ones that didn't make it that big. You know, that's
Yeah.
what kind of
I
the
mean,
definition in America is the banana splits. You know,
right. I mean,
that sort
thinking
of
about this box set, thinking about the box set, the glaring things that I didn't really consider bubblegum, but I still put them in my list of songs because they're bigger names. Yes, yeah. My brother did a show recently with Ethan. But the artist that I was thinking like, that's whatever is like, let's say Melanie, Brand New Key. I would not consider that bubblegum whatsoever.
No.
Same with Paul Revere and the Raiders, bubblegummy, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Neil Diamond, Cherry,
Yeah.
you know, but you know, I've got 5 volumes up on the shelf here of Cherry Red, like power pop comps. You know, one of them's like, you know, early power pop, you know, like the early 70s. Then one of them's American power pop. Then there's like another couple volumes of British power pop. Well, a lot of the stuff is closer to new wave than power pop. But things like bubblegum, you know, the reason bubblegum and Sunshine Pop often get compared together is because, you know, there were a lot of artists behind the scenes, songwriters, producers, arrangers, musicians who kind of worked on in both genres. And then with the new wave and the power pop stuff is also very much you know, there's just this really, really thin line sometimes between, because some of the stuff, you know, there are people out there who will leave comments on my videos and, you know, or comments in chat rooms and call me an idiot and tell me that power pop doesn't exist. It's just something that, you know, some of us VC guys made up. It's not. But unfortunately, people are going to say Jellyfish is power pop, and I don't consider them power pop, although they're a great pop band. So these are genres that are a little bit blurred, that, you know, there is a lot of cross section, and it's harder to define, where it used to be you can define heavy metal. Now heavy metal itself is divided into blackened metal and speed metal.
I'm sorry, but I blame the children. Kids, when we grew up, there was like 8 genres of music, and that's it. Yeah, there was country and western, there was jazz, there was classical, there was rock and roll. You know, there was R&B. You know, now there's hundreds of genres of music, and it's like, why do you have to pigeonhole everything? I don't understand.
Well, I think it's I don't know. I think that people like to be, I don't know, part of something, you know? So yeah, it's hard to figure it out. Here's an original Monkeys button that my friend got from Davy Jones.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a weird one too. It's like flat, you know, how most buttons are kind of concave.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that button might be cool, but it ain't as cool as this one.
Nothing as cool as that one. And we never mention it, but thank you, Robert S., for doing this.
Yes. Last time we showed this,
mention him, but we should.
Yeah, Robert
No, David Gilmour will never be shown on this channel.
Although I really like his new album.
I've not heard it. Believe it or not, I have not heard any of the David Gilmour solo albums. Not that I don't care. It's just that there's so much stuff out there to listen to. You have to decide, I'm going to stop here. You know, I'm not going to go in this direction, because you know that it's just going to open up a rabbit hole, a financial hole that you are going to all of a sudden be buying all the Dave Gilmour albums. That, you know, even if you're a Pink Floyd fan, you have all those. Then you're going to buy the remasters of the David Gilmour. Then you're going to buy the vinyl 180 gram, you know, and
the oh, it never is.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Richard.
Well,
yes, he did. David Gilmour did on his new album. There's a duet with his daughter, Romany.
Yes,
and she's got a really great singing voice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was Ollie who had Go ahead, Tim.
People hate me for this, but in my opinion, everything David Gilmour has done past the final cut has been a solo album.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
don't care what it says on the album cover.
I know. I know. Sometimes, you know, you notice that about artists. It's like you know, I can't think of anybody in particular, but you know, once they go solo, you realize, well, God, the last 3 albums have all been solo albums, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, like the thing I always liked about XTC. Now, I felt that essentially the last 2 XTC albums were basically Andy Partridge songs, Colin Moulding songs, and they weren't really written for XTC or intended, but they kind of brought them together and recorded them together and stuff. But I you know, you always know when a band still has some kind of chemistry when you're hearing the other main member, in this case, Andy Partridge or Colin Moulding, singing backup or pretty dominant co-lead vocals or whatever with the other guy. Because when it turns out that you're listening to an album by a group and all the backing vocals are performed by the lead singer, then you know, well, there's not a lot of harmony in there. You know, I mean, literally, I mean, no pun intended. But at least on the last couple XTC albums, which I'm okay with. I know a lot of people love them. At least they were singing harmonies on each other's songs.
Yeah.
You know, so there was some still kind of chemistry there. But anyway, Ollie had mentioned about power pop, how he had heard the term like 20 years ago. I remember the term back 45 years ago when I was buying 2020 and the Beat and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, if you are, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but kind of, if you're ignorant to a certain style, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means you don't know enough about it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I agree with Tim. I agree with Tim that there's too many genres now. But for the people who are into metal, you know, there is a distinct line between blackened metal and thrash metal and black metal. I don't hear what it is. You know, is it, well, one is sung by somebody high pitched like Elmo and the other one sung by the Cookie Monster. You know?
Yeah, I don't.
No, it would drive the record stores crazy trying to make new genre bins.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's bad enough that we got rock, pop, country, and they said, that's it. We're not going any further than that. We're not going to segment it any better than that. Here he comes. No.
Yeah, I sort of, I feel that like, remember back in the day, as Doc was saying, you walk in, there's the rock pop section, then there's the R&B soul section, then there's the, you know, country, jazz, classical, whatever. I think in a record store, I think it's perfectly fine to file Iron Maiden in the same bin as Pilot.
Rock pop.
You know, under rock pop. I think I think it's like owning a record store should, because, you know, I worked retail for many years, and if you start separating things, a lot of people don't know that, let's say you might file Iron Maiden under metal So they're going to go in rock. They're not going to find Iron Maiden. They're going to leave.
Yeah.
Well, you had 20 copies of that new album, but it's just in the heavy metal section. So I think that the record stores should have the umbrella, you know, unless they're specialty stores that people go to because they're known as a specialty store. But if it's like Tim Allen's Records, just put rock, pop, everything else.
It's the same. It's the same for movies. I mean, I go to a movie. You go to a movie place, and you're looking for, let's say, The Breakfast Club or that movie Yesterday or St. Elmo's Fire, something like that, right? And you go to someplace like FYE. They've got comedy, action, drama. Well, those movies are really none of those. So where do you find it? You know, you have to look through every section, or a movie that has some action in it, but isn't really, like Raiders of the Lost Ark. So isn't an action movie, but it might be under the action, but it might not. You know, and I hate that. You know, you shouldn't just have your movies in alphabetical order, just in one big thing, and you know, because otherwise. There's too many movies that don't fit in a genre. That aren't only tentpole movies fit in a genre. Other movies don't.
Think of Star Wars. That could be under science fiction, or sci-fi, or it could be under action adventure, or you know, or it could be under, So yeah, I think putting things. I think us. 4 of us talking together about something. I think it's okay to say, oh, well, that's black and metal. That's, I don't know why I keep bringing up metal, but that's new wave, that's synth pop, that's post pop.
Well, you're still going to see Insane Clown Posse underneath rock pop.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, Joe.
Hello, what's up, Joe?
Hello, Steven. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Tim. Hello, Doc. Yeah, hi.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween. I just wanted to pull a Halloween surprise on everybody, okay? The guy who's saying he's me, Mr. Mayo, is not me, including the person who asked for the link. So I'd appreciate it if he can be blocked, and I'm never again going to appear in the comments section. Okay, so you'll know anytime you see Mr. Mayo, it won't be me because I'm not going to appear in the comment section. I just wanted to. People saying hello. Sometimes they're clever, you know. They think, oh, he's saying hi to people. He's asking for a link. It's him. This is something that has to be discouraged, and I just want to thank you for being aware of it. Okay. So I'm actually involved in watching something on TV. Just started 4 minutes ago, so I'm going to get back to that. Have a good Halloween, everybody.
Have a good night. Happy Halloween.
Good night. Thanks for coming.
How do we know that was a real Joe Mayo?
We don't.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a tough one. I don't know.
So was the Tom Hunyadi that was here the real Tom?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
Because I know he doesn't like Richard Dolan, but I don't know why he would just randomly put that he doesn't like Richard Dolan.
That was kind of like the hint that no, that's not really Tom Hunyadi.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of unfortunate.
The Joe one that was there a little while ago, that was a little tougher because it had the avatar and everything. But
what are they going to come up with next? You know,
I don't know, but I've been bumping them off.
I know. It's like, who's next? You know.
Yeah. I got to hand out more wrenches. I think that's the case. But the only trick is, I'm on StreamYard. I'm not on the other one, so you can't do the wrench giveaway here.
See, unfortunately, though, I thought that was Joe.
The first
and then, I mean, the person making comments. I thought that was our Joe. You know, the one that just popped up here. So it would be hard to figure out who to delete and who not to delete. No, I don't think that is Richard. Because I don't think that he's part of.
No, I know who it is. I absolutely know who it is.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I'm not going to say, but I know who it is.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, most of it's blamed on some guy with the initials M. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not Mickey Mouse either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this has been a troll's delight. Channel.
Anyway, we were having a nice conversation before it was interrupted.
Let's go back to the thrash metal.
Hey, go ahead.
No, but it is interesting to because the more I mean the more time goes on, the more, as Tim had mentioned, the more genres pop up. So where science fiction was originally just science fiction or sci-fi, it's probably now broken down into 17 different subgenres.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Alien sci-fi.
Yeah, these be horror films. Now there's slasher films, and there's all kinds of subgenres of horror, and I'm like, just horror. That's good.
Yeah.
Make scary movies.
Do I think that Morrissey and Marr are the Lennon McCartney of the 80s? No, not exactly. I think that Morrissey and Marr are incredibly gifted songwriters. I love what they did with the Smiths. I think that the Smiths were just as important to the 80s as the Beatles, or just as important influence-wise to the 80s as the Beatles were to the 60s. But when you're comparing songwriting, when you're looking at Lennon and McCartney, I'm not being the Beatle fan and putting them above everybody else, but I'm looking at what they did, what they created, plus all the songs they wrote for each other. Morrissey and Marr did that as well. Not as many songs for other artists. But I think that if they had continued further, I think they would have maybe gotten... They could have gone two ways. Either they could have gone in the direction of Lennon and McCartney, or they could have just got worse. Now, I mean, or just got bad, because they weren't worse when they broke up.
Mm-hmm.
The same as, for years, people always talked about Difford and Tilbrook from Squeeze being the Lennon and McCartney of the 80s. I think that's a closer comparison when you look at melodically and the song structures.
Or maybe the John and Bernie Taupin of the... Well, I guess that'd be the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, DC. He's
terrible. DC there. Woo!
Woo! Hey, DC. Happy Halloween.
Woo!
Woo, DC.
Yeah. Me and DC got to talk about MeTV Tunes whenever he gets a chance.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. So, oh yeah, I made a video about it. Well, I made a video about the new song. I don't have any expectations. I mean, I like Ringo. I think Ringo puts out really good albums. There's been a couple stinkers. I mean, Ringo has fewer stinkers in his catalog than George Harrison does.
Wow.
I mean, listen to Extra Texture, Gone Troppo. I mean, George is, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, George's recorded output, everyone is like, oh my God, George, oh my God, George, oh my God, George. And it's just like, well, go listen to some of these crappy albums that he put out, and then you'll change your mind.
Wow. I need to defend Gone Troppo.
It's got the Time Bandit song, which
there
is
are 10 songs on Gone Troppo, and I think 5 of them are really, really good. There are 5 that aren't, but I mean, I think Gone Troppo is a far better album than, say, Dark Horse, which people like. I think Gone Troppo is far better than that. I think it's even better than the George Harrison solo album, to be honest. It's self-titled.
The one from 79 or whatever?
Bad. There are a couple of stinkers on it, but there are also some really, really good songs on it.
Mm-hmm. Ollie says that that George has no stinkers. Well, then he obviously hasn't heard the Dark Horse album.
Yeah.
I mean, Extra Texture is a terrible album in my opinion, except for You, which I think is one of the my favorite George Harrison songs. Now, remember, this is my opinion only, and so I'm not actually saying Ollie's wrong. I'm just pointing it out. that
he was going through a dry spell in songwriting, I think, because "You" was a leftover from All Things Must Pass days.
Is it?
It's the best, yeah, and it's the best song on the album. And it's like, well, wait a minute, and there weren't very many great songs on Dark Horse either. I think he was just going through a dry spell for a few years. By the time he had 33 1/3, he got some of his mojo back.
Right. Yeah, I like some of 33 1/3, and I do like the self-titled album. You're talking about the one from '79, right?
Yeah. I just think it's too quiet and too, I don't know. Like,
it's kind of a mellow record.
Yeah, it's too mellow. That version of Not Guilty, he just kills it. I thought it was okay, and then I heard the Beatles version, and I'm like, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. The Beatles version, which got rejected, is so much better than the one that George put out by himself.
Yeah. See, but I love the fact that we all have different opinions, because I really love that. Excuse me. I really love that that self-titled album. But remember, a lot of the times, I think most of us were hearing these albums when they were coming out. DC as well. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying anybody in the chat room, but you talk to a lot of people who went back and listened to stuff because they're 20, 30 years younger than us. Actually, they're probably 50 years younger than Doc. But old man Docus.
Get off of my lawn.
So when you hear something in hindsight, you have a whole different opinion. But a lot of us were buying this stuff when it first came out. So I remember when Extra Texture came out. I remember when Living the Material World. I'm kind of hazy. I remember when singles from what's the first or All Things Must Pass. I remember when the singles came out. I remember seeing the album, but I may not have heard it for like another year or two. And McCartney, I remember the singles, Another Day, Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, My Love, and I remember, I remember my mom, we were going into Zodi's, which was a department store back then, sort of like a, the early 70s version of Kmart, or I'm sorry, Target. And we walked in and my mom goes, "Do you have that Paul McCartney single, Hands Across the Water?" Right. And the guy said, "Oh, you mean Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey?" And she goes, "Is that the one, Hands Hands Across the Water?" I just remember just getting home and my mom playing that because I loved it on the radio, and I loved the fact that we owned that record in our household. So, I remember things like that. But
that's the song.
Yeah.
When I was in my teens, that was I got one of those. I went to Radio Shack and got one of those speakers that lit up to the beat of the music.
Yeah.
That was the song. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey made that thing go nuts. That was the song. All the records I own, that was the one that just made it go nuts.
Yeah, I love the fact that I love the fact that like Uncle Albert or Admiral Halsey, Paul hadn't gotten that medley thing out of his system yet with Abbey Road.
Yeah.
So Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey is just like, well, I've got these, bits and bobs. Let's throw them together. I never really paid attention to the lyrics. Does it follow a story or a theme or whatever? I think it's just three random songs thrown together, and it came out sounding great. If something like that was released today, I don't it would cause a ripple. I mean, I'm not talking about by Paul McCartney. I'm talking about anybody. It's just too weird. And that's a great thing about the 70s. Tim probably remembers this a lot. Is so many great, Chicka Boom was a hit. Right next to, Fire and Rain or whatever by James Taylor. So you're getting those great pop hits, but you're getting those really goofy Gimme That Ting by the Pipkins.
And I would argue that McCartney's never gotten the medley thing out of his system. I mean, Red Rose Speedway has 2 medleys on it, Little Lamb Dragonfly, and then the whole second side ends in a medley. There's Venus and Mars Rock Show and with
2 songs on Back to the Egg.
Treat Her Gently, Lonely Old People. That's a 3-song medley there. I mean, I would argue that he's Backwards Traveler, Cufflink. He's never gotten it out of this.
But Back to the Egg has 2 of them.
Yeah, Back to the Egg has 2. He's never gotten it out of his system.
Well, evidently, he only gets so far in a song and doesn't know where to go, so he just rams them all together.
You know, there's a couple on Ram. I'm pretty sure there's a couple on Ram.
Goes all the way back to Abbey Road with all the Mean Mr. Mustard.
He never got it. But Red Rose Speedway is the one. That's almost one giant medley, that whole album.
Yeah. I love that part of McCartney. I mean, I don't think that I have to admit, I haven't connected with the McCartney album since McCartney 2. And I know a lot of people don't care for McCartney 2. But I haven't connected with a full album since then. A really good compilation I can make a really good compilation out of all the songs I like since then, but it'd only be a 1 or 2 CD set. He's got some great stuff, but overall, I think I don't know what it was. I think him moving over he was being who he wanted to be up through the 80s. He was doing exactly what he wanted to do. Then it seemed like, beginning with Tug of War, Pipes of Peace, he was trying to go commercial. And then every record he put out after that has been like sort of a commercial sounding album.
I want to be number 1 again, please.
Yeah.
That's
why he worked with.
I can't disagree with that, but I think some of the commercial things he does are successes, and some of them are.
Yeah,
but I can't disagree with that. He became a pop star. I think he left his rock and roll roots and sort of became a pop star.
Then we'll put him in the pop rock. I mean, the rock pop. I mean, where to put him.
But Lennon did too, really.
Yeah. Look at somebody like the Carpenters, and we all love the Carpenters. We love the Carpenters singles, but if you pay attention to them, they were being the Carpenters on the Ticket to Ride album and the Close to You album, the self-titled album stuff. But by about 1974, they got new management, and you'll notice all of a sudden Karen's bangs were gone. Her eyebrows were arched, and she had these big long eyebrows. She had this kind of like poofy hair. And they became TV stars. So they went from being like pop artists to being entertainers. And that was about 74. So then you'll notice, like on all the videos, it's like just smiling. They were doing TV specials. I still love the music. She still sounded absolutely wonderful. But that's kind of when their albums started suffering a little bit, is when they became entertainers instead of musicians and pop stars.
The problem with the holes.
Say is, I think it's right up there with Too Shy by Kajagoogoo as just one of the worst songs ever.
Yeah, well, that's McCartney trying to be number 1. Look, I've got Michael Jackson on here. I've got to be a number 1.
I'm not sure. I like a collaboration that he's done. McCartney. Maybe there's 1 or 2 with Costello that are okay, but generally, no.
I agree. It is my opinion that McCartney only had 3 great. McCartney needed a collaborator, but he only had 3 great ones throughout his career. 1 was John Lennon, 2 was Denny Lane, and 3 was Elvis Costello. You may look at Denny Lane and say, "Oh no, he was just the chintzy part of Wings." McCartney seemed to have lost focus. Hi, Trish. McCartney seemed to have lost focus after Wings broke up, and he went a different direction. And Denny may not. I mean, Denny may have been a yes man a lot of times, but Denny probably had a lot of ideas, and he probably steered Paul in a great direction. But this is not to fault anybody like Eric Stewart or George Martin or Hamish Stewart or anybody who worked with him. But did you know that the drummer from Haircut 100 was a member of Paul's band? I think for either Off the Ground. Is that the one with the feet dangling?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Blair Cunningham.
He was part of the band with what's his name from the Pretenders?
Robbie McIntosh?
Yeah, Robbie McIntosh, who is a rock and roll guy and probably got with McCartney for a couple albums and then said, nah, this ain't working out for me. Because he's a rock and roll guy and McCartney's doing pop and he's like, nah, I'll do something else.
But I say this stuff about Paul not caring about stuff, but then all of a sudden during this conversation, I start thinking, I can't wait another day until I call, and I'm going, I love that song, but it's cheesy. Like I said, I can make a really good, 1 or 2 CD comp for the songs I truly, truly love.
Will You be on it?
What was that?
Will You be on your?
Nothing from. I mean, the song "New" I think was good. That was from 2012, I think, something like that.
Yeah, no, the new album's pretty good.
You mean the album called "New"?
Yeah,
the new album is actually
no. Well, I liked McCartney 3. I'm a defender of McCartney 3. Well, I liked it way better than Egypt Station. I'll say that much for it. I hated Egypt.
For you. No, Neil Sedaka. I love Neil Sedaka.
Mm-hmm. You just don't want to see him out in the wild alone, unless you bring the drugs.
And if I do get to meet Neil Sedaka, I'm bringing Tim with me so he could take the blows.
He might be a little slower now because he's 97 years old, but he might still pack a punch. I don't know.
He might.
Hard to say. Yeah.
I still don't believe that story for a second. I don't know. I don't know. BB, forces his way into some pretty amazing backstage stuff. So. Oh no! I'm sure that probably what happened is that Beetle Brad's brother beat the crap out of Neil Sedaka. I can't see Neil. I can't see Neil Sedaka. Especially with that tube.
I don't knock my tube off.
You know who has the world's worst hairpiece? My opinion only. Again, let me stress, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just stating opinions. Is Gary Newman. If you've seen him recently, it looks like he goes, "Oh, what a shame! My children's pet ferret died. Here, let's put it on my head." And I'm not saying anything about his talent, but I mean, if you are familiar with Gary Newman, you'll know that back in the 80s, his hair kept disappearing, and he was self-conscious about it. He got hair plugs. He tried everything. But now it looks so bad and so fake that it's like, just shave your head and go bald. Sort of like Doc.
Be like Elton John and wear hats until you're 60 and then put on a red wig and call it good. But there used to be some pretty bad toupees out there though in the rock and roll world. Or even just offset. Carl Perkins had a notoriously bad toupee. Notoriously bad.
Exactly. You know who
Charles Nelson Riley.
Well, no. See, but the thing about like Rip Torn, Charles Nelson Riley, no, Rip Taylor. I'm sorry, not Rip Torn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rip Taylor. I mean, there's not that many people out there named, stars named Rip. So I just pulled 50-50. So Rip Taylor, and Charles Nelson Riley is. I don't think that it was, that they're like an ego thing, because it was kind of ridiculous what they had. So and both of them are actually, no, Rip Taylor is just a ridiculous. I mean, Rip Taylor looks like he stole his from Phyllis Diller, and Charles Nelson Riley. Some things he'd be bald. Sometimes he'd have a toupee, whatever. You know who I thought was really good with the toupee was Sean Connery.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because some movies he'd be bald. Sometimes you'd see the Hunt for Red October or whatever. You wouldn't even know that was a wig. And I thought that he did pretty well with that.
Some old Hollywood stars hated them, and they would wear them in their movies because they had to. It was in the contract. But like Humphrey Bogart and Bing Crosby both didn't wear their hair pieces out in public. Neither would Sinatra, actually. Sinatra would wear a hat, but he wouldn't wear his hairpiece out in public till he got pretty old, and then he started to. But but Bing Crosby, there's plenty of pictures of Bing Crosby where he's like got hardly any hair at all. He didn't care. He wasn't vain like that, but they made him in his movies go, okay.
Yeah. Doc, is everything okay? Because it looks like your light's going out or your screen's going out.
Oh, checking on something.
Oh, okay. He's trying to see when his next toupee will arrive in the mail. There you go.
No, I'm gonna go over here and ban somebody.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Checking to see if it was a real person or not. I don't think so. Anyway, besides that, DC says Memory Almost Full is his favorite latter period Paul album.
Oh, really? I like that one almost the least. It's in my bottom 5 McCartney albums easily.
Is that the one with Dance Tonight on it?
Yeah, the first 2 songs are the only songs I like on the whole album.
It's like 2 out of 10.
Well, see, here's I mean, when I look at McCartney and his catalog, whatever, I'm telling you, in all honesty, there's no albums after McCartney 2 that I connected with, and I like songs, whatever. But I totally love the fact that people dig McCartney. I mean, Tim, you know how why talk about stuff you don't like and just focus on stuff you like? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's kind of, that's kind of what I do on my channel. Sometimes when I decide, and this is Tim's good influence on me. Sometimes I go, you know what? I'm going to make a video, my 10 least favorite toupees in rock and roll. Right. And then I go, no, that's right. I've had this talk with Tim that it's like, why talk about stuff? Yeah, that's Peter. No. That is Peter. And it looks like he has his clothes on.
Yeah, it is me. I'm just, it is me, but I didn't mean to come on the screen. I was just lying in my bed. Sorry,
I thought it was IR for a second.
Yeah. I look ill, don't I? I look like I'm in a hospital.
You realized I banned you about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's why I came on, because I thought you. Why did you ban me?
Well, for one, because the avatar was the wrong color. You're usually a purple avatar, and it was brown or something.
Oh yeah, because you know what? I think it might be because I signed in on Google Chrome instead of Safari. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're banned, why are you here?
Oh, well, you can go on StreamYard. You just can't comment on YouTube.
Well,
Or are you asking me if I'm banned? Are you saying why you've been on here? If you banned?
we've had so many trolls tonight. It's
Oh,
like,
tonight, have you?
Yeah. It like people going on and being Joe Mayo or
Peter
Tom
Boothroyd.
Hunyadi, where you don't know if it's really them or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why
I've
I
just
was
got in
thinking
now.
the avatar thing. Like Steve was saying, like it looks like you're busy doing something. I says, yeah. I was checking on the Peter Boothroyd.
Oh, okay.
I'm going like that ain't him. I'll ban him.
Yeah, no. This is definitely Peter. I've seen him on Joe's stream. He actually,
we know it's him, but yeah.
I love when he got into
I
Abbey
know,
Road.
I know. Yeah. I know who's doing the trolling. I know, but I've just
I
been
do
now.
too.
This guy, he's a phony.
Hey, Paul.
I've been called worse.
That's not the right person. No, can't be.
I like my Halloween lighting.
Yes.
Hey, Peter.
Same as your regular lighting to me.
Peter, did Joe keep that episode up where you got into Abbey Road?
Oh. Well, I think he put it up as a short clip.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was so awesome. He just walks into Abbey Road before he stopped.
I know. I keep thinking about what I should have said. I should have said, "Oh, I've got an appointment with Giles Martin in Studio 2." I should have said something funny, but I got nervous. I've never been in there before, so I was kind of, oh my god, what am I doing? And like I kind of bottled it. I got scared. I didn't want to be cheeky either.
Yeah, you should have said, "Well, I'm supposed to meet Robbie Williams here."
You could have. I mean, I looked the part. I'd actually been to another studio earlier, and I had a rucksack on with my laptop. And I walked in. I kind of looked like I worked there because I had my rucksack on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because I asked them if it was open to the public. They kicked me out.
Hey, what do you think of Doc and me doing a tribute to Venus and Mars?
Oh, that's awesome.
You need a black background, and you got it.
It took me a second to get that.
You got a black background.
I know it was deep. I'm sorry.
No. It took me a second, but then I go,
There you go. That's better.
Yeah. So I'm out of here. Peter, Paul, Tim,
Mary.
Jeff, Doc.
Nice to see you, Steve.
And everybody, DC and Ollie and everybody out there.
And all the Martin McGraths out there.
Everybody have a great Halloween. And remember, tomorrow, I'm just going to start this Christmas onslaught. So,
you have
one more too, I'm sure.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. Happy Halloween.
All right.
Bye. DC, grab a square. I know you're still out there.
Yeah, jump up.
Come on, DC. Come on.
We have a little time left.
Yeah, there's only like 25 minutes left or something. So.
Right.
Go ahead.
I actually was watching something else. I forgot you're on. Sorry.
Oh, didn't you get the memo?
Yeah, but I don't read memos.
Oh. You're too busy sitting on the front step.
Plausible deniability, right? That's
too busy fighting the trolls tonight.
Do you have trolls?
Oh, we have trolls again.
Really?
I thought there was a fake Peter Boothroyd a little while ago. Like, I'm banning that one. Yeah, I get it.
They're like parasites, and it's part of the. If you do a good stream, they turn up. It's a good sign that you're doing something. It's all part of the game.
Meaningless people with meaningless lives.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's only it's two people. There isn't. Can't be that many crazy people conspiring. It's two people with a lot of time.
I think we probably got a good idea who they are.
Yeah.
'Tis the season to be trolling.
Yeah.
Oh, what? DC's hanging with family.
Okay, that's fine. He's with family, Doc. Enjoy your family, DC.
Like, put your family first, why don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just listening to the show.
You're in the den listening to Rudy Valley 78. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
There you go.
So apparently over there where FitToBe TieDyed lives, the Halloween experience is over.
Well, kinda, I guess. Where I live in our little neighborhood, there's not a lot of kids. So, and plus we don't really do Halloween, so we're kind of in dark here.
Apparently, yeah.
Well, the dogs go crazy when the door is constantly doorbell ringing. So we don't need that hassle. So.
You should tell you what. Oh wait, you should have some goji ready for the kids when they come to the door.
Yeah. Kibble. What is that?
Goji.
Okay.
Goji.
Goji. Is that human?
Little dried berries.
Yeah, goji is a kind of berry. They're supposed to be. It's a superfood.
Left out in the sun.
Good
It's
for
a
you.
quote-unquote superfood.
Yeah, there you go, Doc.
I'll be getting superpowers any minute.
Yes. Okay, no more sketty. You can have goji instead, and yop. Goji and yop, the health foods.
Goji and yop. What a
Yeah, you can give out yop at the door.
Yeah, Bobla yop. Here's some yop. Here's some yop.
The trouble with in our neighborhood, all the kids around here.
Sample cups of yop.
Yeah, but the kids in this neighborhood all celebrate Diwali. So.
Yeah, that's going on here too.
Yeah. So.
But there's
more thugs out there than there are actually.
The kids in our neighborhood have all grown up, so we don't really have too much action here.
Well, no, there are children here, but they're all from Middle Easterns, and they're like, what's going on in this country? What are they doing? What's this? Yeah. So just stay inside and don't be a part of it. Diwali's going on, so eat some Pearl G crackers and you'll be good. Have some of that ghee.
Some Diwali, okay?
Yeah, ghee. No, Diwali is the holiday, and they all gather to eat some ghee. Ghee.
They don't eat just ghee. Ghee is clarified butter.
Thank you.
Nobody sits down to a bowl of clarified butter. Boy, this is really good for me.
I thought we were talking about Guy Lafleur or something here.
No, it's GHE. Comes in a big jar.
Well, you could put ghee on your popcorn then.
Ghee,
I'll let you try that.
I met Sandra. I've told you guys this story. I met Sandra Bullock because she asked me for ghee in Whole Foods one day.
Really?
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I took
Can you tell me where the ghee is in here?
Well, Matthew McConaughey followed along like a little lost puppy.
And that's today's Celebrity Minute. Thank you, Tim.
Yes.
I like the beaver saying "Gee, Wally."
Yeah.
Oh, what? Clarified butter here.
Here, have some.
So exactly what is clarified butter? What's been clarified?
You use it for certain recipes. I don't know how they make it. They take everything that's not. I don't know what. But it's clarified butter is what it is. It's like some strained butter. I don't know what they strain.
Is it a liquid or a solid? What is it? Liquid or solid?
It comes in a jar, and certain recipes call for it. And
not mine.
I've said before, but Sandra Bullock grew up literally across the street from the Whole Foods I worked at when I lived in DC, because she's from Arlington, Virginia, and that's where it was. And when she visited her mother, she used to come into Whole Foods and do a little shopping. So I saw her a couple times. That's the only time I ever met her. And then her mother died and never saw her again. But
you fry with it. Kind of like lard or something.
Like an oil.
Try ghee on your French fries.
Anyway, and she came in with her sister once. Her sister is even more attractive than she is, if that's possible, because she's more attractive in person than she ever was in the movies.
Mhm.
And her sister was just like you.
Hot. Extremely hot.
There you go.
Okay.
That's how
And
she
I
was.
also thought she was tall. She always
Oh.
seems tall to me in the movies, but she's not tall.
She's not tall.
No, not tall.
She's kind of on
Movies are
the minute.
Tim's brush with fame.
Well, I've had a few because I worked there, and we had a few celebrities that would shop there, and I also worked at Dean and DeLuca, where a fair few celebrities would come in. Sonny Bono came in for lunch almost every day when I worked at Dean and DeLuca.
Huh.
When he was a congressman.
You could have collaborated.
We were very sad when he died. We really were. I'm not joking here. We were all very sad when he died.
Well, he was really well liked. I mean, you know.
Yeah. No, and we all liked him, and he was, but Dean DeLuca, those policies, celebrities come in, you leave them alone. You don't talk to them other than greeting them as a regular customer and asking what they need. But you don't. And I think that's what he liked about the place, that he came in and he was never hassled. He walked in and got his lunch and did whatever he did.
He didn't bother about where's Cher.
No. We were always,
Was he a congressman by then? Probably not.
Yeah. That's why he was in D.C. He was a congressman. Yeah.
You say, how's the skiing going on?
You didn't. You left them alone.
What's your favorite ski slope? Oh, the ones with the trees on. Very.
But he's the only one. Weird Al came in. Weird Al is a big guy. A lot of people might not know this because he doesn't necessarily look that big, and Weird Al is a big guy. His whole band was big. He didn't have anybody under 6 feet tall in his band. He came in with his band one day. They were all dressed in Hawaiian shirts, and I'm like, these are big guys, man.
He must have been on tour.
Who else came in? All kinds of people came in. Seinfeld came in with his girlfriend.
Oh, no, you saw Jerry Seinfeld.
One day, I was the only one that saw him. Nobody else saw him. God, what's his name? Richard Harris came in one day. I assume he was looking for a newspaper because he came in. He kind of just did a quick loop around and went back out again. And I knew it was Harris right away, not only from the white hair, but he had a navy blazer on and a rugby shirt underneath. And I'm like, that's how Harris would dress like that on Letterman. I mean, that's Richard Harris. What the hell?
A Man Called Horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That must have been hard trying to introduce yourself to women, And my name is Horse. What's yours? Doesn't go over very well. I'm not dating him. His name is Horse.
Yeah.
How much more time we got? 17 minutes.
MacArthur Park. I've got that 45. It's one of my few 45s. I got MacArthur Park.
Wow.
Richard Harris.
I probably have it.
I can't tell you what's on side 2.
I've yet to find anyone who leaves their cake out in the rain. And it took so long to bake it.
Yeah, what a dumb.
They didn't cut that thing down. They kept it good. Yeah.
Run out to the store and get another box of Betty Crocker. Come on.
That was one of Jimmy Webb's first compositions, I think. Interesting to do it.
I need
to.
What is it, Peter?
I think I need to get off. I kind of came on here by accident. I think I just wanted to show my face in the backstage, so you knew it was me.
Unban him, Doc, if you have.
Yeah, I need to. I can't be just. The thing is, I got banned from other ones, and they don't bother to unban me, and then I think they're just trying to push me away.
Well,
they just don't.
I'll unban you when this is over because I got to go to a different screen.
Well, you don't have to worry about it too much, but I'd like to not be banned from this one.
But one of the fake Peter Boothroyd's must be banned by now. You never know anymore. Who's the real?
Well, actually, this is a good idea. Maybe keep me banned for a while until they get bored. So now anyone who comes on is not me, and I'll come on the screen if I ever feel like.
This time was the avatar was a different color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I think it's just I use a different.
But the thing is, it doesn't do any good to ban them because they can make an exact duplicate Peter Boothroyd and be right back under a different. So it doesn't do any good.
Let them do that. Let them do it. It's not me. I'm not. I'm gonna stay away. And then
people that are all about, you got to ban them. It doesn't do you any good because they just come right back under the exact same thing if they want to.
We don't ban
it's an easy thing to figure out. I don't know why YouTube don't do something about it. Seems like
I'm not a big fan of Twitch, but this is what Twitch gets right. Twitch, you have to identify yourself to even have anything to do with Twitch. And you can only have one account. They don't allow multiple accounts. One account, that's it. And they don't get trolls on Twitch, amazingly.
I've never been on Twitch. Is it any good? Like, does it do the same kind of stuff?
It's more of a young person thing, but Dusty Spins does stuff on Twitch once in a while, so I go over there. But the one thing about Twitch is you can play music and stuff, and they leave you alone, so you can do that. There's a lot of music going on Twitch because you can.
And they don't allow cats on Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch is for people play games on video games and stuff on there, don't they?
Yeah, that's mainly what it's about. But people do that and lots of girls in tiny little bikinis.
Okay.
That's the other thing. No,
do they
but they're less lenient on nudity than even YouTube is. But you can be very scantily clad, and that's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but do they hold a candle to Wood Girl?
Well, very few can. But there are a few that can.
Nobody talks about Wood Girl anymore. I guess she's passé.
I'm really tired. Just been on a 6-hour coach journey.
She doesn't do much these days.
No, she doesn't do much. If she did
get a video every couple of months or something. But
Okay, see you, Richard.
Bye, Peter.
He took off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wood Girl.
It's what she needs.
Maybe she got a job. Who knows?
Maybe she doesn't need anything anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't need. When she needs something, she makes a video.
Yeah.
She needs to move, and then she can make a whole bunch of new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she needs some ghee.
What's up? What's the book you got behind you there on the sofa?
Oh, we're talking about this?
Yeah.
That's not a book. That's a tin sign.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Robert S. gave me that at Beetlefest this year.
Very thin book.
Yes, it's a tin sign.
Tin sign.
Tin sign.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Jeez,
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And I see the picture of the Beatles on your table there. I bet you got that from Robert P.
Yes.
Yeah, that was mine.
People give me stuff.
That was one of my ideas. That was a promo you got with one of the Canadian Beatle albums.
Yeah, that's like the publicity.
I had them bootleg some for me. They're pretty cool.
Well, I got one too, and Canadian Beatle. Butcher's cover and a Monkeys pretend Sgt. Pepper thingy, and got a what do you call it? A Disney stock certificate way over there, and a Monkeys Alex Ross painting way over there. So that I can think of right off the bat. He did not give me the goji though. I got that myself.
For free, yes. Free goji.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, don't spill.
Don't spill your goji.
Don't spill my gojis. Here we go. You don't see this anywhere else.
Have some goji, Doc.
like the Lights commercial.
Yes. Goji for you. Go get the goji.
What kind of fruit is it?
It's gonna take me a year to eat these things. But yeah, but they're good for you.
He doesn't know, but it's probably cat food.
Yeah.
If you find you start licking yourself, then you know you're eating. Right.
Oh boy.
Start strutting around on your four legs with your back arched.
My tail stand up. Oh, that's why they gave it away, I guess. Like, I'm not eating that stuff. But it's supposed to be so good for you, like organic and no gluten, and all that kind of stuff, and handy for snacks.
So it's dried berries.
Yeah,
Yep, be good on cereal.
you could.
There you go.
You could, yeah. How many calories are in this? 150 for a handful.
Per serving, and you've had about 3 of them. Okay.
Okay. I get the worst food available that I could find.
Well, whose fault's that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Just lucky.
Excuse me, itchy foot, itchy foot, itchy foot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now what? Now that we've learned about healthy snacks, and I thought those kitties were going to your son's house.
One of them did, but the other ones were mad because their brother left. They get in the window meowing for him to come.
Send them with their brother, and then they won't be mad anymore.
Yeah, we're going to do that because my son's getting a couple more cats of mine. Because the cat that I don't have comes over to my window and they have a conversation. Yeah.
Like, how's it going in there? Not bad.
What's going on? Yes. So it happens.
Of all the things to show for Halloween, like
goji
snacks that aren't like chocolate or caramel.
Did Jeff wear his hockey mask earlier? Was he?
I did it Tuesday.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Not tonight, but I did Tuesday.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He found out that wearing it for more than 30 seconds causes a rash.
Yeah, kind of starts sweating.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can't wear this thing. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How does that guy in the horror movie wear this thing for?
You know what I learned about cats is they're not very good at opening doors. So if you should accidentally let them out and then close the door.
Yeah,
our cats are.
It's very hard for them to get back in.
Yeah, but then they come back to the door.
Our covered doors here have those gatefold ones. They fold out in the middle. Our cats are constantly opening them. They know how to open it. They pull in the middle and they know the door.
They know how to do it. Yeah.
They figured it out. It didn't take them long either.
Cats are stupid.
Huh?
Holy.
I only have one more.
Psycho cat. Oh, he's got his hat back.
Oh my cats.
Man.
I'm going to change mine up.
Oh, he's got more than one.
I changed mine up.
Okay, we all got a different one. That's cool.
No match.
I'm still gonna try to find them all on vinyl. It's one of my goals for this year.
That's your New Year's resolution?
Well, you get them on Discogs, but I want to try to find them in the wild, you know.
I still think that'd be something good for Record Store Day, and I'm not kidding. Something about Partridge Family, whether it's the greatest hits, whether it's one album, whether it's a box set, whether it's a couple 45s. I literally think that would be. They've never been in print on vinyl since like 76 was probably the last time any Partridge Family was in print on vinyl.
Probably when the show went off the air, right? That was the main.
There's a double greatest hits that came out sometime probably around 76 or something, and I think that's the last ever of anything on vinyl.
Mm-hmm. Wow, a double.
I can only ever remember hearing "I Think I Love You" on the radio. That's the only song I ever remember.
No, well, wonderful CKLW here played most of all the singles for at least the first 2 years.
Yeah, I remember "I'll Meet You Halfway" on the radio, and I remember definitely "Doesn't Somebody Want to Be Wanted" on the radio, and
they never charted as high as "Think I Love You," but they still got
maybe I can feel your heartbeat. I might have heard a couple more too.
There were at least 5 or 6 that's got played.
One
maybe
Night Stand I might have heard on the radio.
Mm-hmm. And David Cassidy's "Cherish" got played.
Yeah,
I remember
that
was played a lot.
That's around here.
That album I showed had potential for 3 or 4 hits, and I'm not even joking. But David Cassidy was releasing his first solo album like a couple months after that came out, so they only released one single from it.
Ooh, that put a month.
How Can I Be Sure as well, didn't he? How Can I Be Sure? I think he did that one too.
Yeah. Because Summer Days was planned for a single and it wasn't. And what else is on this that could have been a hit? I mean,
do you have his solo album?
I had 2 of his solo albums. He had 3 or 4.
Yeah. Don't forget, Point Me in the Direction of Albuquerque.
Yeah, Point Me in the Direction of Albuquerque. 24 Hours a Day, One Night Stand. They all could have been hits. Echo Valley 21609. There's a lot of songs on here.
Well, that first album had some really good songs on it for sure.
The first 3 did. And then they started going. A couple guys abandoned ship, and they started getting lesser songs to do, and they lost their really good producer too. And so yeah, it went downhill after that.
Oh well.
And then Ricky Siegel showed up, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No more after this.
He's only in a few episodes. Like, you know, it's his cousin Oliver.
Yeah.
Much, but he was only in like the last 6 episodes. Same thing with
it just seems like, well, once the kid got on there, it's like, okay, that's it. You know, like the kids.
Well, it was already done. They were both already done by the time.
A little blonde kid, right, with glasses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Young Robbie Rist, he's still around. He's a good friend of Stephen Schnee's, actually, and he's still around.
He looked like a young John Denver.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, it's one of those casualties of when you add a new character to a show, it means the show is about to
go. Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff Rick 19 should cover.
Well, yeah. One of the best examples, I think, is adding the Great Kazoo to the Flintstones. Okay, it's over.
Yeah. You can't think up any more stories, and you have to bring in a little
green alien pops up. It's over.
That was a little out there, wasn't it?
No.
Hey,
that was the end. Signaled the end. Yeah.
And
speaking of the end.
Yeah.
It's the end. Okay, well, it's the end. Hey, we're gonna put this episode of Soup in the can.
We'll be back Sunday.
We'll be back Sunday. There's still like 16 people out there, but I'm sorry, we have to leave you now.
Go out trick or treating now.
Go have some candy. Yeah.
Yeah. Go do something cool like that. So
maybe you'll get a beer. Sunday. You never know.
Bye. Bye. Bye.